All right, so here's my pre-analysis for a bullish USD. I'm pairing it up with GBP USD. So what we can see here, I am basing my thesis off of this bullish wave AB here, and I see that prices haven't returned to this these highs yet to set to resolve this inventory. So I can see that if this is the origin point of where that expression began and we pushed all the way up there, prices are coming in a bit deeper. So for me, all I need to do is go to the USD pairs and see which currency pair expresses this behavior that has inventory exposed and unresolved. Uh, so when I look at GBP USD, you can see GBP USD here. And if you line that up with where A begins on the composite, you can see, and perhaps let me make this cursor a bit wider. Um, yeah, so you can see that where A began to B, you see it's a perfect symmetry on GBP USD. This was the only currency pair where that was expressed. I don't see it expressed in any of the other USD pairs. And so also if we look at the 60 minutes, you can see that um, we had that expression more detailed here. So then the question becomes, how is authority expressed on the pair? How is it? What is the setup that we're playing? So we know that the balance sheet says, well, investors are carrying risk in USD. So now we need to ask, are they still willing to do that? And so the only way we can do that is by looking at the 60 minutes and saying, well, okay, how is this? Well, 60 yen for 4 hour charts. But you could see that the 60 minutes was in an uptrend and then it became into a downtrend. So this uptrend was favoring pound strength and then it was displaced into a bearish trend. So when we see something like that, we say that, oh, authority is being proposed by a conditional yield, which means that the trend states change. And so the when we look at what is the last place where bullish continuation attempted or was successful before being displaced, we can see that expressed here. This is when the 4 hour said this was the last buyers. And as price came here, we can see that we consolidated and then we had a displacement of the zone and then a confirmation of that zone, right? So we say, okay, great. So this zone here becomes the area that I'm watching for the markets to resolve exposed inventory. So when I look at it, you could see that the question then becomes, okay, on based on time, which time is this going to be an intraday resolution or is it going to migrate to a higher time frame? From what I can see here, once the 4 hour began its gatekeeping here, we can see that this wasn't resolved on Friday, right? So automatically, it's not an intraday resolution. It migrates to a daily 4 hour setup. So I have alerts running to say that if prices engage with this zone, all I want is a 4 hour rejection of that zone, a bearish candle, a 4 hour price touches the zone, and a 4 hour rejection. And then my stops would be right about the 4 hour close. Now, if price fails to get to this zone, right? If price fails to get to the zone and it continues lower, that's fine. All I would say in my notes is inventory failed to migrate. And so that's not a trade that I can take. So I only trade the areas where the markets is forced to make a decision and forced to respond, not in an abstract or a zone that doesn't have value. So we'll see how this plays out. So again, we know that this is a 4 hour setup. So I don't well 1 o'clock is already closed. So maybe at 5 a.m., maybe at 9 a.m., maybe at 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, um, maybe at 5 or maybe at 9, however long it takes to resolve this. And the case study that we have to support this also is what happened 2 weeks ago with USD. USD Swiss. Yeah, same scenario. And we could see here, if I clear it up a bit, you can see here that same thing. This was the last time bearish authority was expressed. And let me give it to you from, well, let's just circle in that area and then let's take it to the 60 minutes. 60 minutes on the bottom here. So as you could see, this is where authority was just downtrend into an uptrend. We had a rubber band effect before authority was displaced, right? And as that authority was displaced, this wasn't a resolution because the 4 hour didn't gatekeep. And so the fact that it wasn't resolved in one day, it migrated to a higher time frame. And this is the exact same play that we're reading. So that entry comes as a daily 4 hour setup where we're looking simply for, and excuse all of the drawings, let me clean it up. We're just looking for the 4 hour to resolve this inventory for us. So if we clean it up a little bit, we can see here once price re-engages with the zone, we just want the 4 hour to close back outside of that, or to actually just touch the zone and close bullish, and stops to be right beyond the 4 hour close. And then we take it back to the 4 hour close for the high. So that's the play. We'll keep you updated about how things progresses here. Thanks. I don't know if that last part transferred over, but we'll see. Thanks.